that through thy goodness and grace, our schools are still allowed to teach its youth the principles of spirited competition. May the teams who meet tonight give their best as they contend for the winning position. We pray, Father, that thou will keep the players physically safe and that all the team members shall willingly accept whatever the end result may be. Keep us beneath thy wings, for it is in your name that we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to a great evening of football here tonight from Northeast Mississippi Community College, of course, my old alma mater. And we're excited about being here tonight on a cool Friday night. And it's a battle of two undefeateds tonight, with Booneville coming in tonight with a 12-0 mark, Bruce with 11-0 mark, as you see the team captains on the center of the field as they make their way out. We'll give you a starting lineup in just a few moments here of some of the players on the field tonight. We're in the I guess you could call it the semifinal rounds of the North Half playoffs, because whoever wins this game will advance to the North Half finals next Friday night. And, of course, Bruce and Booneville being undefeated, as we said, this is a big ball game tonight, and we are excited about a lot of great ball to be played here tonight from Northeast Mississippi Community College. We have many sponsors making tonight's game possible here on TV7, TV 34. And real quickly on some of those, Bruce TV Service in Bruce, Davey Dawson staff. Joe's Market located in Bruce. Bruce Dry Cleaners, Don Bell and Associates in Bruce. Jenkins Feed and Farm Supply, Bruce. Pontotoc Electric Power Association. Spratlin Building Supply. Money Mart located on the square in Bruce. Bank of Mississippi in Bruce. Bruce Rent to Own. Bill's Gas and Tire and Merck Shoe Repair. Jackson Implement Company located in Pontotoc. Of course, that's Jackson Implement Company, proud to bring you the game. Benny Joe Parker there at Jackson Implement Company, proud of the Trojans. Your John Deere dealer, Jackson.
And Bruce Dry Cleaners, again, one of the sponsors in tonight's ball game. Don Bell and Associates located in Bruce are very proud of the Trojans and of the accomplishments that they have had in their regular season, wishing them well in the playoffs, knowing they are state champion material.
So it's the Booneville Blue Devils now with the ball, second down and 8 yards after a pickup of 2. Quarterback keeper, and nowhere to go for the quarterback. Bruce all over the quarterback. Looks like a fumble. Bruce Trojans fumble on a play, and it's Trojan ball, and Bruce will have excellent field position at the 30-yard line, where they'll have it 1st and 10. You know, in these big games like tonight, when you when you're able to have the turnover and get the recovery, you know, you're well on your way to having a good ball game. That's what Bruce wants to do here tonight, I know, and that's a key, is to recover those fumbles.
Bill, I know one thing as I look across the way, it has a sign, "We love our boys, catch the spirit." Well, the whole town of Bruce has caught the spirit of this football team this year, and they're behind them all the way.
That's exactly right. 1st and 10 now. Handoff by Tillman. And nowhere to go. Shutting the run down that time was the Blue Devils. Your ball carrier for the Trojans was number 22, Andre Anderson. loss of 1, be 2nd and 11, and the running game for the Trojans has not worked here against Booneville early in the ball game. 2nd and 11 after the fumble recovery by the Trojans put them in excellent field position at the Blue Devil 30-yard line. 2nd and 11, we're in first quarter action, no score. Battle of two undefeated teams here tonight. Pitch back to Marcus Thomas. Thomas finds the corner. Going to be hit hard at the 25. Pickup of maybe 5 yards, bring up 3rd down and 6. So Marcus Thomas, once again, with the running duties to the far side, trying to find that corner.
You know, Bill, as we look across the way, there's quite a crowd here from Bruce, even though these stadiums, it's a junior community college stadium and a large stadium, so it's larger than your average football stadium. And if this crowd was at Bruce, it would fill the stadium up, a large crowd following the Trojans all the way to Booneville.
That's exactly right, a nice crowd on hand. And here we go with a handoff. That's Thomas, not much. He'll be stopped at about the 24-yard line, and it'll be a 4th down situation in decision time for Coach Phil Ferguson for the Trojans. And we'll see if Bruce will elect to go for it. It'll be 4th down and 4 yards to go.
What do you think, Bill?
Looks like the Trojans will call a timeout because they're very undecided on what to do. They have a good kicker in Freddie Buller, but that would be quite an attempt. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 24-yard line. And we'll wait and see after the timeout what they elect to do. And we have some sponsors to talk about.
That's right, Bill. Jenkins Feed and Farm Supply, proud to be a sponsor of tonight's Trojan football game. Be sure and go by Jenkins Feed and Farm Supply. They have added a drive-through window for your convenience. And so go by and visit Ricky Jenkins and his staff, conveniently located on Highway 9 South. Pontotoc Electric Power Association. Pontotoc Electric Power Association has been a part of the Bruce and Bruce community and the activities of our schools for a number of years. Pontotoc Electric Power Association, proud of the Trojan football team here tonight. Spratling Building Supply, also a big sponsor in tonight's ball game. Spratling Building Supply wishing the Trojans the best in the playoff game between the Booneville Blue Devils and the Bruce Trojans. Go by and see Spratling Building Supply for all your remodeling, new home building, or any type of building needs.
4th and 4, and the Trojans will go for it here. 4th down and 4 yards. Handoff to number 4. Cut down at the 20-yard line. That was the running back. That was Omega Spearman. And he's going to be a little bit short, I believe, of the first down play. Nice stop there by Booneville, but they will measure. It's going to be very close, but it looks like he may be just inches short of that first down. But we'll wait and see, pending the measurement here by the officials. And this would be a big play for Booneville if they were indeed able to stop Bruce, because Bruce threatening here early in the first quarter of play. And it's short, just about a few inches short. Booneville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So a big break now for Booneville. Bruce not able to convert the first down.
You're right, Bill. This is going to be a very tough game, it looks like, here tonight, starting off very good, very defensive game, and that's what we need in this game tonight. Bruce is defensively ready for the game. Booneville has to be ready for them. And so it's going to be a great game here tonight between Bruce and Booneville. And we're proud of tonight's sponsors in this special playoff game, as well as our regular season sponsors. We appreciate all the people of Bruce for all they've done to promote high school football this season.
Our sponsors make it possible for us to do the game tonight. Be sure and thank these people for their support of the game. Handoff, nice run there by the running back, number 1 for the Blue Devils. That's Miller. And Miller's going to be up to the 26-yard line, a pickup of 5, 2nd and 5 for Booneville. So the Blue Devils get the ground game started here. They have controlled this Bruce offense so far here in this first quarter of play. Early in the ball game, no score. Booneville comes in with a perfect 12-0 mark. Bruce coming in with a perfect 11-0. So both these teams very deserving to be in this semifinal round of the North half. Handoff, and not much there as Spearman on the stop, as well as number 3, Courtney Pierce for the Trojans. That was Miller, once again, your ball carrier for Booneville. Ball's going to be shy of the 30 to the 29. Be 3rd down and 3rd and 1 now for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils, you know, I keep thinking Water Valley. They're playing at Shannon tonight, and that should be a thriller.
I'll tell you what, Bill, it certainly should. Of course, Water Valley are the Blue Devils also, and Booneville the Blue Devils. So we've got 2 teams with Blue Devil mascots in our playoff games.
Big play here, 3rd and 1 for Booneville. Handoff, and they'll pick up the first down as he gets across the 30 to about the 31 or 32-yard line. 1st and 10, Blue Devils, as they will keep their drive alive. Once again, other action going on tonight. Water Valley, as we said, is at Shannon. Calhoun City traveled over to play the Nettleton Tigers, and, you know, that ought to be a great ball game as well. Wildcats, I'm sure, favored in that game. Amory is taking on Senatobia tonight. We'll have some more matchups for you. Nice running play there once again by Miller as he makes his way to about the 34-yard line before he's taken down by number 1, Gary Moore for the Trojans. Moore doing a good job there on that inside spot. Nice defensive pursuit by the Bruce Trojans. 2nd down and 8, a pickup of 2 yards, 4 minutes to go here in this first quarter of play. Bill Morgan along with Ann Morgan, Leslie Bradley, and Josh Morgan on camera tonight. Josh and I both at our old alma mater here. Running play, maybe a couple, bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 5. That was Jackson on the run there for Booneville. Ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line. Third and 5 now for Booneville. This could be a huge play for the Bruce defense. Booneville has a long snap count. They're going to pass it. Number 1 broke it up. Gary Moore, nice job from the cornerback spot by Gary Moore to break up the pass. So now the Blue Devils will be in punting formation. We'll take a look at the Blue Devil by the cheerleaders. This Blue Devil mascot down here doing a good job for Booneville. We'll get Josh to zoom in on him. And I tell you what, I don't know, what if you had to wake up to that every morning?
I don't know about that, Bill. I certainly don't. But, they're doing a good job out there keeping the fans' spirits high in this game.
Nice punt there by Booneville. It's going to be fielded. Trojans Spencer will field it at about the 41-yard line, and it looks like he might have mishandled it, but it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Bruce Trojans. And once again, we're going to talk about some sponsors making this game possible tonight. Let's talk a little about Don Bale.
Don Bale in Bruce is a forestry consultant and estate planner. When you retain an ACF consultant forester, you can be assured of professional, unbiased consultation. Both domestic and foreign consulting services are available on a fee or contract basis. Don Bell and Associates offer a broad spectrum of forest-related expertise, including forest recreation, wildlife management, land and timber appraisals, timber sales, taxation, computer analysis, and applications. See or call Don Bell and Associates, Bruce, Mississippi, and let them start serving you now. And number 10 there, Marcus Thomas. Looks like he was stopped by number 1, Roderick Miller of the Blue Devils. It will be 2nd and 12 for the Trojans. Trojans having a hard time here on the beginning with the Blue Devil defense as well as vice versa. So both undefeated teams, as Bill has said, so it should be a very interesting game here from Tiger Field. Number 14 has the ball, and he passes, and the ball is complete to number 11, and they didn't get him, and he is still running. And it is a touchdown by number 11, Anthony Spencer. Touchdown, Spencer.
What can you say? Anthony Spencer, the speedster for the Trojans, looked like they had him, but they didn't, and he did not step out of bounds. So the Trojans go on top, 6-0 here over Booneville. You know, it's so nice up here. I'm so used to so much the crowd noise, which you can hear, but yet it's so quiet here. You don't have to yell so loud as we've had to do before, but a very nice facility here at Northeast. Bruce takes an early 6-0 lead, and now Bullard will come on to attempt the extra point for the Trojans. Anderson to hold. Kick is up, and it's no good. They're saying it's wide to the right. So our score with 2:04 left in the first quarter, Bruce 6, Booneville nothing. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back with more on your local sports connection from Booneville, Mississippi. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Northeast Community College in the northeast corner of Mississippi, Booneville, where the Blue Devils are down 6-0 to these Bruce Trojans, the visiting team here tonight. Trojans will kick it away now to Booneville. Bullard with a nice kick. Taken by number 11 for the Blue Devils. And he's going to be up to the 25-yard line, so a nice return there by Antonio Justice for the Blue Devils. On the stop for the Trojans, number 22, Andre Anderson. Andre Anderson, a 175-pound junior for the Trojans. Gary Moore is a senior for Bruce, as well as Amiga Spearman. Casey Clark is also a senior. Anthony Spencer, one of the seniors on the Trojan team. Chris Crowley, Wesley Hash, Bobby Pierce, one of the seniors for Bruce. Also Jared Howson, John Wells, Chris Holland, Jason Jenkins, and Brad Logan. That's your seniors for this Trojan team this year. I formation behind the Blue Devil quarterback as Miller goes in motion. Take a nice pass play. Number 20 with a reception for the Blue Devils, stopped by Andre Anderson. And that was number 20 with the reception, Mitch Howell. And it'll be 1st and 10 play now for Booneville. Ball spotted just shy of the 40 at the 39-yard line. So Booneville now once again moves the ball. We had a long touchdown run earlier by number 10. Excuse me, I'm sorry, number 11. Anthony Spencer for the Trojans. Spencer with an early touchdown to make it 6-0. The point after, no good. Number 1 now in motion, Miller. Handoff, not a whole lot. That Trojan defense very stingy inside. Spearman in on the stop for the Trojans, as well as number 5, Casey Clark.
Jackson on the carry. Stop by number 5, Clark.
And that was Jackson once again on the carrying the ball for Booneville. 2nd down and 8 after a 2-yard gain as time begins to expire here in this first quarter of play, which has been mostly defense here tonight. Both teams able to move the ball. Spencer broke the big run to get the touchdown. I formation behind the quarterback. Quarterback's going to be dropped. Big play there by number 60 for the Trojans, Andy Scoggins. That was Pittman, your quarterback for Booneville. Big play there by Scoggins for the Trojans. For a big loss, that'll bring up 3rd down and 13 now for Booneville. And we're going to end the first quarter of play. Bruce leads it 6-0 over the Blue Devils of Booneville. You know, the best in home theater. Visit our showroom to see the new custom home theater system from the RCA, the leader in home entertainment. And we're talking about Bruce TV service. And you ought to go by and see Davy Doss. No money down, low monthly payments. Visit our showroom. Bruce TV service located on Highway 32 in Bruce. Be sure and tell Davy Doss that we sent you by at Bruce TV service. Jackson Implement Company in Pontotoc. Benny Joe Parker Sales. Call Benny Joe 983-2625. Come see the 5000 Series 40-60 horsepowers. Take advantage of off-season prices on the 5000 Series tractors. Low-hour rental return. The LX 172 lawn and garden tractor. 96 models at 95 prices. Now at Jackson Implement Company. Full service with certified John Deere technicians. All John Deere parts. Call 489-1381 or call Benny Joe at 983-2625. Jackson Implement Company, your John Deere dealer. Folks, Jackson Implement Company in Pontotoc.
And you know, Bill, this is the time of year when everybody needs extra money. Christmas just around the corner, and the place to go for that extra money is Money Mart in Bruce. Money Mart, located in the square, welcomes you to come by and talk to them so that you'll have a great Christmas this year. See them for all your financial needs. And here we are back to the game with Bill.
Booneville now. It was 3rd down and 13, and the quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to be hit hard at about the 37-yard line. And that was Scoggins. Once again, what a play by number 60, the youngster Andy Scoggins. Scoggins, 185-pound junior for the Trojans on that defensive line, rather. Doing a great job, bringing up 4th down and 13. No gain on the play, and the ball is going to be spotted at the 37-yard line. So Scoggins once again coming up with a big defensive stop for the Trojans. And now Booneville will get in punt formation. Back deep for the Trojans, number 11, Anthony Spencer. Spencer stands at about his own 37-yard line. And Spencer, if he gets it, better hang on to it. He's going to get it at the 20. He doesn't have any blockers. Spencer trying to find the corner. Taken out of bounds at about the 26, and what could have been a disaster. Spencer turned in a pretty good gain for the Trojans. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. They lead the game 6-0 as we're in the first of the second quarter play.
You know, Bill, as you said, he was looking for someone to block that, and he was running back and forth trying to see if somebody was going to block him and help him there. And he did. As you said, he turns something into very good there. Again, let us say thank you to all the sponsors. Bill, take this time to say again to all the sponsors that you hear us reading here tonight, their ads. Please be sure and go by and tell them how much you appreciate it. Without them, it would be impossible for us to travel with the Bruce Trojan team during the playoffs. So we appreciate and say a very special thank you to the sponsors in Bruce.
1st and 10 for the Trojans. Tillman's handoff. That was Corbett's, number 10, your running back, Marcus Thomas. Thomas up to about the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of about maybe 4 yards. 2. 2nd down and 8 now for the Trojans. Bruce Trojans picking the offense up just a little bit here in the second quarter play. Number 80 will come to the near side. That's Brad Logan, one of the seniors on the team. And Spencer will be to the far side on the wide out. Handoff to the big guy, number 4, Spearman. Spearman fights his way down to about the 43-yard line. So nice first down pickup there by Omega Spearman. Not only is he a great linebacker, all-state linebacker, probably more colleges are looking at that guy than anybody out there on the field, but he can also run the ball.
Bill, I was going to say it's going to be interesting as we draw near the end of the football season, even though we still have 2 games possibly to go, what some of these seniors will be doing that have been outstanding players on this football team.
And there's several on the field out there tonight for both teams. As Tillman overlooks the offense, he's going to hand it off to Marcus Thomas. Oh, and Thomas loses his footing back to about the 40-yard line. He had a gain up to about the 45. And Thomas now will lose yardage. Miller on the stop for the Blue Devils. 2nd and 11 after a loss on the play. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line. And, somebody will have to lose their first game here tonight. It's a shame because both teams have worked so hard this year, come so far, for somebody to have to lose. But, everybody else is at home.
That's exactly right, Bill. And, of course, we're a little partial, I guess we can be since we're out of the county, that we are truly rooting for Bruce here to make these plays. Number 14 carrying for Bruce. And he's knocked out of bounds. Keith Tillman on the carry for the Bruce Trojans.
And that's number 14, Tillman. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Ferguson decides to bring in the second quarterback, Freddie Bullard, who is also the punter here tonight. Bullard has had some quarterback duties this year. Tillman had plenty of time, but he was not able to find anybody downfield, so he elected to run the ball. 3rd and 7. Just under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Bruce leads it 6-0 over Booneville. Trojans on the move. The 2 wings are on the far side. 2 running backs. Tillman back to pass. Fumble on the play. Booneville will have the ball. So Booneville turned it over earlier, and now the Trojans cough it up.
I tell you, Bill, it's tough because, these young men are under such pressure as they're looking for someone to pass that ball to. And as they look, they have to be very quick to find someone that's open where they think they can get the pass complete. And Tillman just did not have it. He was pressured, and he fell, and he lost control of the ball.
So now Booneville in Trojan territory. And not a whole lot there as number 1 wraps him up. Gary Moore for the Trojans. He might have got 3. That was Miller, your running back once again for the Blue Devils.
Picks up about 4 yards.
So Booneville, I think, with the best field position they've had here on the game tonight. We don't have a statistician tonight, so bear with us. We'll try to guesstimate a lot of these things, but I think they have their best field position they've had so far. Ball just spotted shy of the 40-yard line, and that's where they'll have a 2nd down and 7 to go. 8 minutes now to go in the first half of play. Booneville trails it by 6. 2-man formation behind the quarterback. An option play. Taken down. Nice open field tackle. Gary Moore once again doing the job. And that was Tynes, your runner for the Blue Devils. But Gary Moore made the nice open field tackle to bring up 3rd down now for Booneville. 3rd down and 3 now for the Blue Devils. Number 11 will bring the play in for Booneville, and that's Justice. Booneville will come to the line. Your quarterback is number 10. We haven't called his name, Jamie Pittman. 2 men in the backfield behind Pittman. Option play. And nice effort there by your runner for Booneville. That was number 22. That's Thames. Looks like he's going to be 1 yard short on a 4th and 1. And, you know, they're going to have to measure it. But, you know, if they're short, Josh, you might have to go for it here.
Yeah, I think I would. Being down 6-0, I don't know.
Booneville's in good field position deep in Bruce territory as they will bring out the sticks. Looks like he may be a little short. We'll wait and see after they measure it. Looks like he's going to be just a few inches short of the 1st down, and, you know, you just about have to go for it here when you've got this good a field position against the Trojan defense that has been so tough every game this year. It's going to be just short, about a foot. Ball's going to be spotted inside the 35-yard line. And wisely, Booneville will go for it here. And this crowd, some of them come to their feet here on the homestanding side.
Bill, this really puts the Trojan defense to the test.
That's right. If any defense can hold them, it'd be Bruce. But we'll wait and see what happens. Good decision to go for it. They got it. I believe it's going to where they spot him. Looked like he did break to the 1st down, but it'll be where they spot the ball. Nice effort there by the Bruce Trojan defense. And they're going to measure once again. So that was a nice job by the Trojan defense to try to hold them. But looks like Booneville might have picked up the 1st down. Real quickly, Spratling Building Supply. Your Golden Rule Lumber Center is your Benjamin Moore paint dealer. The best paint money can buy, guaranteed. See the huge selection out Spratlin's, floor covering, light fixtures for home decorating. Drive-through lumber yard for your convenience. See the staff today at your Golden Rule Lumber Center, Spratling Building Supply. Be sure and go by and tell Mr. and Miss Spratling, Roy, and all the staff that we appreciate their support of the game tonight. And indeed, Booneville has the 1st down play.
Exactly right, Bill. They certainly do. And as I was looking over the roster for Booneville Blue Devils here tonight, I certainly hope, Bill, we don't get to number 85 because neither you or I will be able to pronounce the name. We'll be calling him on a first-name basis here tonight. At the line of scrimmage, the Blue Devils do have the 1st down, and number 10 for Booneville, Jamie Pittman, the quarterback, and he is looking, and he is taken down at about the 30-yard line.
Pittman got out of a disaster. He was almost taken for a big loss, and he was able to dodge a tackler. Trojans almost coming up with a huge play there. But nonetheless, he did pick up some positive yardage. 2nd down and 6 after a 4-yard gain by Pittman. Once again, we're at Northeast Community College tonight. Boy, has this town changed over the past few years. Booneville, Mississippi. 2nd down and 6 now for the Blue Devils. 3 men in the backfield behind Pittman, the quarterback. And Pittman back to pass. He's going to have to hurry. Pittman Johnson still on his feet. Going to be taken down at about the 27, 28-yard line. Number 22 on the stop, and that's Andre Anderson for the Trojans.
Bill, I believe Spearman also was in on that stop.
And I tell you what, that quarterback took a hit there. His helmet came off, and it's 3rd down and 3, but he took a pop on that play. He was forced out of the pocket quickly because the Trojan defense so fast, able to get him out of the pocket. Then he had to do something, or either he was going to take a sack, and he elected to keep the ball and run it. 3rd and 3, 4:34 counting down in this first half of play tonight, and Bruce leads it 6-0 over Booneville here. 3 men in the backfield. Bruce with a 4-man front. Movement on the line. Let's see if it was, I believe it's going to be movement against the Trojan defense, and it'll be illegal motion. And if so, that'll be another break for Booneville here.
Bill, if I'm not mistaken, this will probably be their best field position tonight, and it will be offsides called against the Bruce Trojan, which, as we said, will put Booneville in better field position than they've had this evening, and that's up to the Trojan defense to see if they can hold them. We'd like to remind you a sponsor of tonight's playoff game is Bruce Gas and Tire, and also Merck Shoe Service right in Bruce. Be sure you go by and tell Bill Merck how much you appreciate him sponsoring tonight's Booneville Bruce playoff game. Some of the most unique gifts can be found at Step Saver Pharmacy. They have expanded their gift department to include the Precious Moments collections, porcelain Disney characters, the very popular Laura Attic limited editions, Noah's Ark novelty pieces, plus many more gift selections for any and all occasions. Dar Step specializes in custom monogramming and embroidery, denim shirts and vests. Make great Christmas gifts when you're looking for that special gift to please that special someone. The largest selection of greeting cards in this era can be found at Step Saver Pharmacy's Card Center. Come on in to Step Saver Pharmacy and make your gift selections early. At Step Saver Pharmacy, Andy Step, Doris, and staff would like to invite you in throughout the holiday season.
Once again, remember Bill's Gas and Tires. You said earlier, Merck Shoe Repair. Bill Merck, proud to be a sponsor tonight. And we appreciate Mr. Merck being a part of the game. And for all of your shoe repair needs, go by and see him because he does it all. All types of shoe repair, whether it's old shoes or fairly new shoes. And also full-service gas and automotive checkups, car washing, and more. All at Bill's Gas and Tire, Merck Shoe Repair on Highway 32 in Bruce. 1st and 10, Blue Devils.
Yes, Johnson, number 34.
That was number 34, the runner that time. Chris Johnson on the stop was number 4, Amiga Spearman for the Trojans. Bring up 2nd down, pick up of maybe 3. 2nd down, about 7 yards to go as we have less than 4 minutes now to play in this first half. Booneville trying to even things up here tonight on their home turf. They trail it 6-0. Quite a crowd here tonight, as you would expect for these two teams. 3 men in the backfield behind Pittman, the quarterback. He's going to pass it. It was deflected and almost picked off by Spencer. It was intended for Jackson, incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 8, 3rd and 7. Ball's going to be spotted on the 20-yard line, and that time the quarterback had time but not able to find his open man. Number 11 and number 1 will check in. Number 1 is Miller, and number 11 for Booneville is Justice. Number 34 is going to come out of the game. .335 to go in the first half, and now Booneville's going to call a timeout. Probably a good time to use it because this is as close as they've been all night, and they want to come away with some points here when they're this close on this Trojan defense. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back from Northeast Community College. And welcome back to Northeast Community College. Bill Morgan along with Ann Morgan, Leslie Bradley, and Josh Morgan on camera bringing you the game tonight. In motion goes Miller for Booneville as they continue to drive here against Bruce. Pass play picked off by the Trojans, number 5. Pass play picked off by Bruce. Casey Clark
Take it down by number
Casey Clark putting the lid on it, and Bruce will have control as they kill the drive. And I tell you what, so far it's been a pretty even match here tonight. These two teams definitely tough to be undefeated on the year, and it's not going to be a cakewalk, as I can see, for either one of these teams.
You're exactly right, Bill, and it's good to know Casey Clark is in tonight's playoff game. You know, he's a senior for the Bruce Trojans. Last week during the playoff game between Mound Bayou and Bruce, Casey was taken, I guess, for some x-rays to be sure he hadn't broken a bone in his leg. I believe it was. We saw him take him. Dr. Longest accompanied him, so he must be okay, and he's at it tonight.
That's right, Casey Clark, the defensive leader. And there you see number 10, and that's Marcus Thomas as he finds the corner close to first down yardage. Number 1, Miller on the stop for Booneville. Once again, that was Marcus Thomas, your runner for Bruce. You know, something to be proud of. You take a look at this overall state, and you look here at Friday night, you got Bruce at Booneville, Calhoun City at Nettleton. 4 teams left in all the north half, and 2 of them are from Calhoun County.
That is something Calhoun County has to be proud of. Congratulations to both teams, Coach Mike Ray and Coach Phil Ferguson.
Year in and year out, Bruce and Calhoun City tend to dominate that 2A division. Not much gain there by the running back for the Trojans. And the big day will be in Jackson, of course, at Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium. The Class 2A championship will be 3 p.m., scheduled for 3 o'clock. And it very well could be this Bruce team, could be Booneville, Calhoun City, or Nettleton. One of those teams will go represent the north half of Mississippi in Jackson. And I'm going to say they'll play Taylorsville. Taylorsville won last Friday 46-6. Taylorsville just dominates that southern half. But we'll wait to see what happens with Taylorsville tonight. Handoff there, Thomas. Thomas going to be hit at the 30-yard line. Taken off his feet. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first half of play. On the stop was Dilworth, number 8 for the Blue Devils. Bruce picks up the first down. Number 22, Anderson, will check out as number 4, Spearman, comes into the game. And has to be really emotional for the seniors down there because they know this could be the last game that they play in high school action. But long ways from being over. We got more than another half to play yet. Pitch back to Spearman. Flag on the play. Spearman dragging tacklers to about the 35-yard line. But there's a flag on the play, and it's thrown on the Bruce side. We'll see exactly who the flag will be against. Holding against the Trojans, so the run will be brought back. Nice run there by Spearman. And once again, the flags tend to judge a game in somewhat quite a bit, and there we've had several flags here in this first half of play tonight.
I believe all the penalties have been against the Trojans tonight, Bill. I think they've had 3 or 4 penalties so far in this first half, and I don't believe the Blue Devils have had any penalties called against them yet.
You know, last week, Josh will remember a Mississippi State-Alabama game, there wasn't a flag thrown until I think the fourth quarter. And unbelievable because Alabama, the most penalized team in the SEC, I believe. But a very clean game up into the very last few minutes. Several flags in this game already. Quarterback Tillman, handoff. Thomas spins his way, not much, maybe to the 19-yard line. Holding call really hurt Bruce. Miller on the stop. Miller having a big night here for Booneville on both sides of the ball. 2nd and 20, 1:10 to go here in the first half of play. Once again, Calhoun City is playing at Nettleton tonight. Other matchups, Warren Central is at Starkville. Tupelo is at Madison Central. Of course, 3A division, Senatobia is at Amory. Water Valley is at Shannon tonight. We're covering that Water Valley game as well, and also the Calhoun City Nettleton game. Marcus Thomas, your runner that time for the Trojans. In Class 1A tonight, Faulkner is at Durant. Durant, the team that beat the Vardaman Rams last weekend. Ware is at East Webster. Quite a bit of playoff action around our north half part of the state here tonight. Pickup of 5 on that last carry. They bring up, I believe, 3rd down and 15 as time begins to expire here in the first half of play. Thomas, your runner, closing him down. Nice pursuit by the Blue Devil defense. And that leaves 4 ticks on the clock before the first half expires. 4th and 15. With 4 seconds to go. And we'll see if Bruce will just take the snap or if they'll punt the ball and give Booneville a running back opportunity. We'll see if they'll punt it away. Nice crowd out tonight once again. And a nice facility here at Northeast Community College. And you know, it was very wet last Friday, especially if you was down in the Delta at that Water Valley game. I could not believe the rain they had there. But, boy, it's nice to see dry weather.
It certainly is, Bill, but you couldn't believe the wind we had either. We had quite a bit of wind as we were taping sideline shots from for the TV station last week between Mound Bayou and Bruce. But it was a good game overall. The Trojans determined, as someone said earlier down there at the concession stand, said they are focused. They're focused on what they want out of this playoffs, and, of course, they're wanting state championship. So we're with them all the way, and I hope they can do it, and they're looking good tonight. They're 6. Of course, it's not a big lead. It's just 1 touchdown, 6 points. But that's a start.
That's right, and it looks like with 4 seconds left. Trojans, one more snap here, and they're going to pitch it back to Marcus Thomas. Thomas taken down at the 29. That'll end the first half of play. Bruce Trojans 6, Booneville Blue Devils nothing. Trojans with a score, a long running play by Spencer to get on the board. That's the only points we have so far in the ball game here tonight. We're going to take you over to Leslie, and we're going to talk about Bruce Cole on the square, Cole Jewelry in Bruce.
Christmas is just around the corner, and Cole Jewelry offers a large selection of custom monogram pendants, earrings, and rings for you to choose from. Most styles are available in gold-filled sterling silver, 10-carat, and 14-carat fine gold. Monogram jewelry is the perfect Christmas gift this holiday season. Order yours before November 28th to ensure Christmas delivery. Cole Jewelry has beautiful slide bracelets and a large selection of slides for that special gift. Anniversary rings are sale price from only $299 for 1/4 carat total weight. See the variety of styles available today. Let the staff at Cole Jewelry help you save on all your Christmas jewelry gifts, and you may use our convenient layaway. Cole Jewelry located on the square in Bruce.
Remember Bruce Cole and thank him for his support here tonight of the ball game. Lanny Fleming appreciates all the business and kindness you have shown to him and his staff at the Bruce Dry Cleaners. We're proud of our Trojans and wish them the best in the playoffs. Your cleaning needs will be met promptly at Bruce Dry Cleaners, located on the square in Bruce. Bruce Telephone Company says, thanks, America, for a job well done. No matter what you do for a living, any job well done is worth doing and makes a valuable contribution to our society. Bruce Telephone Company is proud to be a part of America's working force and takes this opportunity to salute the people who get the job done. Bruce Telephone Company on the north side of the square in Bruce. Remember, all of our sponsors, thank them for their support of the game. We're going to go downstairs to the Bruce High School Marching Band.
From the opera from the Verona. This program includes songs that were written in the medieval times, 700 years ago, includes secular music. Our band director is Mr. John Pruitt.
thank you once again to a very fine performance by the 1995 Bruce High School Marching Band under the very capable field direction of Mrs. Dina Mason.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Northeast Mississippi Community College, where it's the Booneville Blue Devils and the Bruce Trojans tonight, head-to-head. Trojans lead so far 6-0 over Booneville, and it's been a great ball game here in this first half of play. It's been some turnovers, been some flags thrown, but Bruce able to come out on top with a long touchdown run by Anthony Spencer. And real quickly, we've been told Calhoun City's up 7-0 maybe.
Well, Bill, I've heard 7-0, and then I've heard 14-0, so I'm not for sure.
Anyway, it looks like Calhoun City is leading Nettleton in the other game here in the north half. And but we're excited about this game here tonight, and it's Bruce 6, Booneville nothing as we start the third quarter of play, as Bullard will kick it off to Booneville. We have a whole lot more sponsors to talk about tonight, and we'll get to some of those in just a moment throughout the second half of action here. Trojans now, Bullard will kick it away. Nice kick. Taken by number 11. Going to be taken off his feet at the 25-yard line for Booneville. That's Justice. And that was Gary Moore on the stop for the Trojans. Gary Moore, a senior, 155 pounds. He plays that strong safety slot on the defense. First and 10 now for Booneville at their own 25-yard line. Here we're starting the third quarter of play. Once again, join us throughout the ball games today for not only this game, we'll have some Calhoun City highlights for you as well, and the Wildcats there and the Nettleton Tigers. Pass play almost picked off by Moore, and had he have picked that off, looked like he'd had the touchdown because there was nobody to stop him.
Exactly right, Bill. A tough break, but a good break. As you said, almost picked up by Moore, and it would have given a touchdown for Bruce. Of course, the score 6-0 here at Tiger Field in Booneville. A lot of fans over across the way enjoying tonight's playoff game. Booneville has possession of the ball. Kind of makes you wonder, Bill, what the coaches told the team during the halftime, what are they going to have to do different?
That's right, because these teams have been pretty evenly matched here throughout this first half of play. Boy, what a big defensive stop there by the Trojans, and you hear that Trojan crowd as they got into that play. That was Pittman, your ball carrier for Booneville. Third down and 12 now, as no chance there. The Trojans able to put the stop early. Ball's going to be spotted at the 23-yard line. 12 yards to go for the first down. Under 11 minutes here in the third quarter play remain. Bruce with a 5-man front. Pittman back to pass. Pass complete down to the 45-yard line. On the reception for Booneville, that was number 11, Justice. And the biggest offensive play for Booneville so far tonight. First and 10. Nice pass completion there from Pittman to Justice to put Booneville in Trojan territory. Ball will be at the 45-yard line. So the Blue Devils on the move here in the third quarter of play, as they should be. They trail at 6-0. Been a defensive game so far here tonight. Handoff to Miller. He trips in the backfield. So that's going to be a 1-yard loss, bring up 2nd and 11 now for the Blue Devils. Another sponsor tonight is Mr. Jerry Johnson and all the staff at the Bank of Mississippi on the Square in Bruce. Of course, they're always proud to be sponsors in some of our events. And be sure and go by and thank Jerry Johnson and all of his staff. The Bank of Mississippi, banking for all of our community. Bank of Mississippi. Go by and see them for all of your banking services, loans, opening savings accounts, checking accounts, CDs, and more. All at the Bank of Mississippi on the square in Bruce. Bank of Mississippi, one of our sponsors here tonight. Pittman chased. Going to be dragged down. And he threw the ball. Let's see if it was an interception. Number 5 came up with it. Casey Clark once again for the Trojans. Whistle was blown as Pittman was ruled down. Otherwise, Casey Clark would have had the big interception in great field position.
Bill, I don't believe the Bruce fans are very proud of that call as we hear across the way.
It was very close, but the whistles had just blown the play dead, but he did release the ball, and Casey Clark able to pick it off, but it does not count, and it bring up a long 16. Third, looks like a 2 from here. 3rd down and 16 for the Blue Devils. High formation behind the quarterback. This Bruce defense has been tough here tonight so far. Nowhere to go for Pittman. Oh, all over him was number 60 for the Trojans, Scoggins. And Andy Scoggins doing the job once again. Now it's 4th down for Booneville. And Scoggins once again has made the big play. You know, that's about 3 big plays he's been in on here tonight.
Bill, I don't know if you followed Andy Scoggins lately, but he has done a fantastic job this year as we've watched him play. I noticed one time he made a touchdown for the Trojans earlier in the regular season. He's just doing a fantastic job, and he's got another year to go for the Trojans.
That's exactly right. And the mishandled snap is going to be a poor punt. But he did get it away. It's going to be ruled down about the 31 or 32-yard line. Trojans will have it there 1st and 10, and they've got good field position here to start their drive tonight. Let's talk about Kelwood Company for just a moment.
For over 40 years, Kelwood Company has been a part of Calhoun County, continuing growing throughout the years to become the largest employer in our county. Kelwood is more than an industry. Joining hands with the community to promote growth and development in our county has been the #1 goal of this company. Now, Kelwood would like to congratulate and encourage the athletic programs in our schools as well as in the playoff games. Kelwood Company in Calhoun City.
Number 22, your ball carrier for the Trojans. That's Andre Anderson. Anderson up to about the 36-yard line. Number 62 on the stop for Booneville. That'll be a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 for the Trojans. And it's been defense here in this 3rd quarter of play from Booneville, Mississippi tonight. You take a look at the quarterback. That's Tillman for the Trojans. 2 men in the backfield. Number 22, Anderson, up to about the 39-yard line. And he didn't have much in that play, but he did pick up some positive yardage. Johnson on the stop for Booneville. Pick up of 4 yards. 3rd down and 4 now for the Trojans.
Bill, we do kind of get a glimpse after the first half in this quarter beginning why these two teams are undefeated. The defense is unreal on both sides of these teams, and it's going to be a defensive game as to who wins this game tonight.
Great defense wins ball games, and you can see now why these teams have the records they do. Great defense here tonight. Handoff to Anderson, hit hard at the 40-yard line. Nice tackle there by Booneville. That was number 3. That was Jackson.
4th down.
And now it'll bring up 4th down for the Trojans, 4th and 4. And we'll see what Coach Ferguson will do here, whether they will go for it. And they're wisely going to punt this one. I was going to say this would be a punting situation. Booneville too great a field position there. Bullard gets the punt. Nice punt. Bullard has really had some good punts here tonight. And it's going to take that Bruce roll and go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So Booneville will have it 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line as they continue to trail 6-0 here to these Bruce Trojans tonight. Once again, the winner of tonight's game will face the winner of the Calhoun City-Nettleton game. We did understand at halftime Calhoun City is leading that game, but whoever wins will play the winner of this game tonight and will represent the 2A North half in Jackson on December the 2nd. Of course, looks like we have a great possibility of being in Jackson on December the 2nd.
Well, that's true, Bill. If the Trojans can continue to play defensively here, and we'd like one more score on the game here before we leave this field tonight, and hopefully we can get it.
Running play by Miller, and he's going to be taken down hard at the 20 for no gain. Armega Spearman on the stop for the Trojans along with Gary Moore. And that Trojan defense just dominates here so far tonight, as they have all year long. 2nd and 11, a 1-yard loss on the play. Head coach is Phil Ferguson, assisted by Donnie Logan, Rudy Pope, and Robbie Beckett, as well as our new basketball coach for Bruce, Willie Ray Brown. His name slipped me for just a second. Pass play for the Blue Devils. Intended for number 11, overshoots his intended receiver. 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12 now for the Blue Devils. This Bruce defense does the job, and they have the Booneville offense in a pressure situation here with their backs close to their own end zone. Third and 12. Pass play once again. Almost picked off by Marcus Thomas. It was intended for number 5, Michael Barber. 4th down, and now Booneville will be forced to punt it away once again. And I'm going to tell you, it's just defense after defense here tonight. Both teams playing excellent defense. And, you know, it's going to be who breaks those big plays like Spencer did earlier, as that has put Bruce up 6-0, because they're not able to get much short yardage.
They're certainly not, Bill. And you know, as they try to cut to the sides to gain yardage, they're waiting for them there. As they go up the middle, they're certainly waiting for them there. So, as you said, it's a very defensive game here tonight.
Trojan Spencer back to receive the ball. Spencer with a lot of speed and just explodes to about the 31-yard line. Trojans will be in excellent field position. And I guess Josh was able to keep up with Anthony Spencer. We apologize for a little shadow on the top. We're inside a box. We're trying to film through this hole up here. But I believe we did get Spencer. If you can keep up with him, he's so fast. He just exploded there on the scene when he caught the ball.
Bill, you know, you said it. If they can get an opening, they can usually get the touchdown. But it's been hard finding an opening in this Blue Devil defensive line tonight.
Trojans in excellent field position from the Blue Devil 30-yard line. Handoff, number 10, Marcus Thomas. Thomas down to about the 22-yard line. Now the Trojan offense begins to put some things together here. Jackson on the stop for the Blue Devils. And now it's going to be up to this Blue Devil defense to contain the Trojans. 2nd and 1. Very important here that you do hang on to the ball. Do not turn the ball over when you have this great an opportunity to score. Thomas with a 1st down pickup. They stood him up. And we'll see. They're gonna. It's 1st down for the Trojans. Ball's going to be spotted at about the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Trojans. And I tell you, you don't want to give this Bruce offense this great an opportunity. And of course, it was a short. The kick was pretty good, but Booneville was backed up deep when they punted it, and Spencer got a great return. And now Bruce has an opportunity to add to their lead.
That's exactly right, Bill. And I'm sure they realize how important it is to them to make every play count.
Heading off to the first man through. That's number 22, Andre Anderson. He's going to be stood up. Anderson inside the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. And we'll see where they spot the ball. Going to be at the 14-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 now for the Trojans. Trojan offense moving the ball well here, and they have a great opportunity. They also have a great kicker in Freddie Bullard should they have to go for the field goal. High formation behind Tillman. Handoff to Thomas. And boy, did Booneville make a nice tackle there. Exploding on Thomas was number 5, Barber for the Blue Devils.
Number 5, Michael Barber.
Ball will be spotted at the 16-yard line. Third and 9. Be 3rd and 9 with less than 3 minutes now to go in this third quarter of play. So here a very big play for the Trojans. High formation with Thomas and Anderson behind Tillman. Tillman pitch back to Thomas. Flag on the play as Thomas picks up some great yardage. Not the first down though, and his flag's going to be against the Trojans. Holding against the Bruce Trojans. So once again, you got the penalty flag that dictates part of this ball game, and it continues to do that here in the third quarter of play. And that's a big break for Booneville because they were really pressed deep with their backs to the end zone.
You're exactly right, Bill, and it brings the Trojans out to about the 30-yard line. And we're going to see what Bruce can do with 3rd down, 19 yards to go after they're being penalized for holding. As Bill said, a break for Booneville Blue Devils, and we're going to get a look at how Bruce can work themselves out of this situation.
3rd and a long 20 now for the Trojans at the 30-yard line. Tillman chased, going to be taken down at the 50-yard line. Big play by the Blue Devil defensive unit. So, you know, what looked to be a great opportunity for Bullard to kick the ball, now it's going to be a punting situation for Bruce.
Well, Bill, what can you say? They were doing great. Looked like we could have a score on that board, but looks like their spirits are high and they're ready, so we're going to see what they can do. The defense will be back out here to hold the Blue Devils.
Bullard will punt it away. Number 11 back to receive for the Blue Devils. Justice. High punt by Bullard. And Justice will do well to back away from that. So once again, Bruce will pin Booneville way back at their own 14-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, but Booneville has 86 yards to go for pay dirt. And I'm going to tell you, you can win a ball game with 6 points. And this Trojan defense continues to do the job here tonight so far.
You're exactly right, Bill. And let me tell you, it's a defensive game, as we said earlier, and now that Booneville, the ball has been turned over to Booneville, we're going to see what the Trojans can do. Of course, a great interception would be very handy right now.
That's exactly right. Handoff there and nothing doing as Gary Moore all over the running back, as well as number 3, Courtney Pierce, led by number 4, of course, Amiga Spearman. Number 44, rather, on the stop for the Trojans, LaShawn Gibson. Ball's going to be spotted at the 14. 2nd and 10 after no gain. Bruce shows a 4-man front. Miller back to pass. Nice hit there by the Trojans, Gary Moore. And Moore timed that play just perfect because he let the ball make contact and he was able to apply the hit for an incompletion.
Well, I can say one thing, Bill. Even though Bruce missed their best chance in this half so far, they have really come out defensively to hold the Blue Devils inside their own territory. They're not letting them get any ground, gain any ground. And really the Blue Devils' only options right now would be to pass. And, of course, when you pass, you take a chance on that interception.
That's right, and it is 3rd and 10. Quick pass, intercepted by number 4, Spearman. Touchdown, Trojans. Armiga Spearman just stepped up, caught the ball, and you can hear the excitement up here in this, we'll call this our Bruce booth. But Spearman able to get the interception, score the touchdown.
We have someone on the field.
Somebody is down on the field, as you'll see Coach Donnie Logan and Willie Ray Brown coming down to see who's injured.
Dr. Longest on the
And here comes the team physician, Dr. Bruce Longest. And real quickly, Dr. Longest, always proud to be a part of our sponsorship, a Trojan fan, no doubt. And the young man's up. I believe that was number 1, Gary Moore, but we're so proud to have Dr. Longest sponsoring the game tonight. He's always proud to be a part of our games. And, you know, you wouldn't find a nicer guy anywhere.
You know, Bill, I was just thinking that not only as a sponsor and the team doctor, Dr. Longest is just one of the finest people I know in Bruce, Mississippi. A fine physician, a very caring person, and a lot of people owe a lot to Dr. Bruce Longest and his staff because they have been a part of our community for a number of years and doing a fantastic job.
Trojans will go for 2 points, try to make it a 14-0 ball game. Spencer, your quarterback, going to try to run it in for 2, it looks like. And they're going to stop him. 2-point conversion is no good, so a nice effort there by Booneville. Spearman cannot get it in, so it remains your score. Bruce 12, Booneville nothing. When it's 12-0, you know, and 3 quarters have been played, it's a defensive game as it's been all throughout the game here tonight.
Bill, I must ask again, maybe for the person that might miss that last play, it was an interception, and it was ran in by whom?
It was ran in by number 4, Amiga Spearman, doing a great job there, stepping up and intercepting the ball and getting the run in. Real quick, the People's Bank Calhoun City will continue to strive to save you money. Open your $50 Saver CD now with as little as $50 and as many deposits as you prefer. How about the Christmas Club accounts? Deposit any amount you want as often as you want and earn interest on your money. People's Bank will write you a check with interest included just in time for the shopping season. You can't beat that at the People Place. Mortgage loans up to 30 years with low down payment. We work for you. That's the People's Bank in Calhoun City. Eddie Wood and staff proud to be a sponsor of the game tonight. The People's Bank and Trust, located in Calhoun City.
Well, Bill, on both sides, I believe we've got the, what is it called? The chop going. And we see Bruce kicking off to Booneville.
Blue Devils take the kickoff and mishandle it. It's going to be spotted at the 25, and Booneville will have it there 1st and 10. And, you know, you had one big run. You had a big pass by the Booneville offense. Then Bruce had a big run by Spencer. But yet the only other score besides, well, Booneville hadn't scored, but they did have one big offensive play. Spearman steps up, makes an interception. So you not score many points against only one score has been made tonight against these two defenses.
You're exactly right, Bill. It certainly has, and it was a good break for Bruce. You know, after they lost their other good break, after they couldn't make the touchdown there, it seems like they just turned around and they made the best of intercepting the ball and running it in. And the end of the 3rd quarter, we'll go into the 4th and final quarter. Let us remind you that Bruce leads in this ball game here from Booneville tonight, 12-0.
Behind every Tree Farm sign is a tract of privately owned forest land being managed according to a long-range plan. Professional foresters develop the long-range management plans. Participation is voluntary. The landowner's only commitments are to himself and good forest management. Be a tree farmer. This message presented by Dunn Bell & Associates, professional forester in Bruce. For information or assistance, call Dunn Bell Bruce, 983-4903. Dunn Bell & Associates, proud to be a part of our game here tonight. We'll be right back after this timeout. You're watching TV 7, TV 34, your local sports connection. And welcome back to Northeast Community College. We're ready to start the 4th quarter of play where it's the Trojans 12, Booneville nothing. Running play by Booneville for some positive yardage. Very short yardage there by the Blue Devils. Number 60, that was Andy Scoggins on the stop for the Trojans. It'll be 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard pickup. Booneville will no score here tonight. They are looking for the end zone. We have the final quarter just started here. This Bruce defense has been awesome, to say the least, as they have been all year long, closing the holes. Option play. And that's Miller up to about the 32-yard line. Stop made by number 1. That's Gary Moore for the Trojans. And it's good that Moore's back in. He was down a moment ago, but looks like he's okay after that stop. 3rd down and 4 now for the Blue Devils. Be sure and join us after the game for our post-game show down on the field. Third and 4 now for the Blue Devils. They're going to pass it up to the 45-yard line. First down, Booneville. And that was number 22 making the reception. Tynes once again to pick up the first down for the Blue Devils. Once again, the winner of this ball game will face either Nettleton or Calhoun City for the 2A North Half Championship. City leads that game 14-0. Of course, this is Friday night we're talking about this, so of course the winner here will play the winner there to advance to Jackson for the state championship. Oh, what a drop there by number 4, Spearman. That was Spearman coming in to make the stop on number 8. That was your ball carrier, Dilworth. The senior, number 4, All-State. Once again playing some great football here tonight. We'll have our player of the game, of course, at the end of the ball game. So stay tuned for our selection on that. Pass play by the Blue Devils. Overthrown. The pass was intended for number 11, Justice. Incomplete. If you joined us late in the game, of course, both teams coming in tonight with perfect records. And they've done it on defense. If you've watched any of this game, you can tell that. Bruce able to generate some offense enough to lead the game 12-0 here against Booneville. 3rd and 11 now for the Blue Devils. Still plenty of time to go in the game, but eventually they'll have to start thinking about the clock if they don't score pretty soon. Number 10, Miller back to pass. Pass complete. He's going to be taken down off his feet at about the 47-yard line. In on the stop was number 22, Andre Anderson, as well as number 1, Gary Moore for the Trojans. That'll bring up 4th down now for the Blue Devils. Fourth down and 7 yards to go. And Booneville will punt it away with 8:30 to go in the contest. And he gets the punt off, taken by Spencer. Spencer's going to be taken down about the 29-yard line, and that's where Bruce will have it 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. You know, Bruce Rentuone is proud to be a part of our game tonight. And, of course, the Morgans there, proud to always be a part of our sports. Bruce Rentuone, of course, they have all type of furniture, electronics, appliances, and also, of course, they manufacture mattresses. You need to go by and see all the people there at Cecil and all the staff at Bruce Rent to Own, located Highway 9 North. Bruce Rent to Own, say, go Trojans, we're proud of you. Bruce Rent to Own Of course, Bruce Salvage Grocery there. You can buy groceries. Very low prices at Bruce Salvage Grocery. Come in and shop with them today. Bruce Rentone and Bruce Salvage Grocery. We're here for you and proud of our community. And the first down carry will bring up second. Second down and 7 after a 3-yard gain. Ball's going to be spotted on the 33-yard line. Bruce leads it 12-0 over Booneville. Trojans won big over Mount Bayou last Friday, 31-0. Flag thrown early on the play. It's going to be against the Trojans. And we'll wait and see the call here. Call is going to work against the Trojans, be a 5-yard assessment. I don't really understand exactly what the call was that time. Quite a few calls here in the game tonight. We won't say whether they're good or bad. We'll stay out of that argument. Our formation behind Tillman, the quarterback. He sends one man to the near side. Handoff to Marcus Thomas. Thomas up to about the 31-yard line before he's taken off his feet. In on the stop was number 71 for Booneville, Weiner. Third down and 8 now for the Trojans. If you've joined us late, of course, Spencer had a first-half run for a touchdown, and then Armiga Spearman stepped in front of a pass by the quarterback for Booneville and took it in for a touchdown. To make it 12-0, it went for a 2-point conversion. It failed, and that's where we stand in the ball game. Our formation behind Tillman. Pass over to Spencer. Spencer still on his feet. He may score. And he's caught from behind. Number 11 caught him. Justice for the Blue Devils. And it's 1st and goal, Trojans. We just got it out of our mouth. Spencer had exploded for a first-half touchdown, and look there what happens again.
You're exactly right, Bill. Doing a great job. You know, most of the Blue Devils probably would have given up when they saw him running and how fast he was going, but the one stayed with him and, of course, tackled him, so it's going to be up to Bruce to see if they can get the ball in.
First down for the Trojans. I believe it's 1st and goal. Handoff to number 10, Marcus Thomas. Thomas down to about the 2, maybe the 3-yard line. Will it be 2nd and goal for the Trojans? Once again, Spencer breaks it for another big run. 2nd and goal. Ball's going to be on the 3-yard line. Bruce crowd on their feet. Trojans lead it 12-0 and can really do some damage if they score here. Number 10, Thomas. No signal by the officials. Looks like he's going to be stopped at the goal line. 3rd down and goal. Ball spotted at a ball actually touching the goal line, just inches away from the touchdown, as Thomas' knee must have hit the ground, but it hasn't crossed over. As you see the angle that we have on it. Timeout taken because Coach Ferguson wants to come away from here with a touchdown, and Trojans wisely will call a timeout. Weyerhaeuser Company, proud to be a part of the game tonight. They've been in our community for many years, employing over 250 people and their families. Weyerhaeuser, a key industry in our community. They say go Trojans. Weyerhaeuser Company, Bonnie's Pageant Fashions. And boy, did she have a good night on homecoming this year.
I say she did, Bill. Let me tell you, of all the homecomings throughout our county, more of the formal gowns were worn by girls who got them from Bonnie's Pageant and Fashion and Formal Wear Shop. I understand Bruce, Calhoun City, Vardaman, the Academy, as well as schools like Grenada, Eupora, other schools from off they always come to Bonnie's Pageant Fashions and Formal Wear. They have the largest selections of gowns and formal wear in North Mississippi. So if you haven't been to see Bonnie, she's located on Highway 32 East, and you owe it to yourself if you're looking for the Christmas party ahead or if you've got a special occasion, go by and see her for your pageant formal wear outfits. And that's Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear on Highway 32 east of Bruce.
We're inches away from 6 points. 3rd down and goal for the Trojans. Quarterback keeper, touchdown, Bruce. Tillman with a keeper to get the touchdown to make it an 18-0 ball game with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game. Trojans have done the job here so far tonight, and now we're going to see Bruce go for the extra point. They're not going to elect to go for the 2-point conversion. They're going to give Bullard opportunity to kick it. So Bullard will attempt the extra point. And it's good. It's the Bruce Trojans 19, Booneville Blue Devils nothing. And you will see some Booneville people filing out because it will take a miracle for Booneville to win this one when you consider the defense that Bruce has, but you can still turn the ball over. So I'm sure Coach Ferguson has not told his players to relax yet.
My thoughts exactly, Bill. I assume, and I know Coach Ferguson, that who would tell them that they're still in this game. The game's not over. 4 minutes, 31 seconds left in the game. And we would like to mention Blunt Medlift, Blunt's Cleaners in Calhoun City, to keep your clothes in top-notch shape and give them long-lasting wear. You need to go by and take your clothes to Blunt's Cleaners on the square in Bruce. They've been in the cleaning professional business for many years, and they know their business. Also, we'd like to say special thank you to Medlift. Of course, it's a young industry in our county, but an industry that has had continuous growth for the years that it has been in business. Medlift Incorporated, proud to be a sponsor of tonight's playoff game. Again, score, Bruce 19, Booneville Blue Devils 0.
Trojan defense once again coming through, shining bright here tonight. Bullard going to kick it away. Booneville yet to get a score. And he was in the end zone, and they're going to touch back at the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils at the 20-yard line. And you know what? This is setting up that ever so awaited match next Friday night, assuming Calhoun City won the game, which they were ahead. Can you just imagine the emotion? Can you imagine the pressure that'll be there, the excitement in there? And we'll be out of town.
But let me tell you, that doesn't stop us from being there. We'll have a crew there to film this game, Calhoun City and Bruce, and it's one that I hate to miss because it's such a highly charged game between two great competitive teams with two great coaches. So it's going to be a great game. It's one I think both of them have anticipated coming back to and look forward to.
And man, what a big stop by number 3, Courtney Pierce. He's able to get to the quarterback for a huge loss. And I'm going to tell you, Booneville came in tonight 12-0, and they've had a great year. But a lot of people said Booneville has not played the competition that Bruce has. But whether that's yes or no, they have been overpowered by this defense of the Trojans here tonight. Bruce has come in a better team here playing Booneville.
You're exactly right, Bill. But do you remember the first half? You know, Bruce only had 6 points lead, and we began to wonder it was going to be such a defensive game if Bruce could really pull it off, because all Booneville needed was one touchdown to tie the score up. However, Bruce came out in the second half focused again on what they're here for.
And the quarterback's going to keep it here and get the pass off. Going to be taken out of bounds about the 15, flag on the play. Pittman's pass was complete to Miller, and he was taken out of bounds. We'll see what who the call will work against here. It looks like it's in the backfield of the Trojans. Could be a personal foul. We'll wait and see. It's going to be against the Trojans. Illegal man downfield against the Blue Devils.
I believe that's the first penalty they've had, Bill.
Booneville has played a very clean game tonight, but that does work against them, and their back's against the wall. They better watch out because they don't want to get a safety here. They're back deep in their own end zone, or deep in their own territory, rather. Second down and 26. Pass play. Taken off his feet at about the 16-yard line. It was completed to number 22. Stopped by Pierce for the Trojans. And you know, your defense here for Bruce can not relax, but just they're not pressured because they have the game. They can play a little more loosely and be a little more comfortable with it because definitely they have the field position right at this particular drive for the Booneville Blue Devils. Trojan defense has dominated the field position in most of the ball game here tonight. Third down and 14 now for Booneville. 2 men in the backfield behind the quarterback, Miller. Miller trying to get out of trouble there, looking for a receiver. Hit hard as he passed the ball. Pass going to be picked off, looks like, by number 5 for the Trojans, Casey Clark. Casey Clark, once again, picks it off, and it could have been 3 interceptions. One of them didn't count, but Casey Clark, once again, with the interception there for the Trojans. Bruce will take over, and that just about put the nail in the coffin. 2:31 to go in the ball game. Ball's going to be spotted at the 30-yard line. And you can really see the Booneville crowd begin to file out here as their perfect season will come to an end at home tonight against a great Bruce team, one of the best Bruce teams I have seen in a long time, that will more likely play Calhoun City next Friday night for the 2A, North Half 2A championship. It has really been a game here tonight. Bruce has dominated the ball, especially with defense. Joe's Market, Joe Tonnell and staff, proud to be a part of the game. Go by and see Joe Tonnell. He cuts all your meats for you. They have grocery. They have a daily lunch, all types of grocery items, fresh meats, one of the best meat departments you'll find anywhere around at Joe's Market, located, of course, next to his wife, Bunny Tonnell. Bunny's Pageants, also one of our sponsors tonight. Joe's Market, across from the high school on Highway 32 in Bruce. And once again, remember Jenkins Feed and Farm Supply. They have a drive-through service where you can drive through, pick up your feed. Ricky Jenkins and staff say go Trojans. They also have a son, Jason Jenkins, one of the key players on the team. Jenkins Feed and Farm Supply, your super sweet feed dealer. Go by and see Ricky Jenkins and thank him for his support of the game tonight. Of course, Smokey Bearfield and staff at Pontotoc Electric Power say we're behind you Trojans. Pontotoc Electric Power Association serving Bruce and surrounding areas with their electrical power, and they are proud to be a part of the team here tonight. Pontotoc Electric Power Association pushing the Trojans on to victory. Tillman hands off to Andre Anderson, and he's going to be stacked up for very minimal gain. And once again, you know, Money Mart also proud to be a part of the game tonight.
You're exactly right, Bill. Money Mart. Christmas is just around the corner. Everybody can use the extra cash to help with your Christmas expenses, and Money Mart's there for you. They're waiting for you. And go by and see Barbara Winter, Linda Hare. Go by and talk to them about your Christmas cash. And that's Money Mart on the square in Bruce. Again, we'd like to say it's been a great game here from Booneville tonight. A good crowd on hand for Bruce, and as Bill said, the Booneville crowd is leaving the stadium. 8 seconds left in the game. Score 19-0.
Real quickly on some more sponsors. Bank of Mississippi proud to be a part of the game tonight. Jerry Johnson staff say go Trojans. We're proud to have the Bank of Mississippi on board sponsoring the game tonight for all of your banking needs, right there conveniently located on the corner of the square. Bruce Rent to Own, proud to be a part of the game. As we said, go by and see the Morgans at Bruce Rent to Own and Bruce Salvage Grocery on Highway 9 North in Bruce. Bruce Rent to Own and Bruce Salvage Grocery. Bill's Gas and Tire, Merck Shoe Repair. For all of your shoe repair needs, Bill Merck can do that. And for all of your automotive needs, such as car washes and more, full service gas, it's Bill's Gas and Tire. and Merck Shoe Repair, very conveniently located on Highway 32 there in town, and Jackson Implement Company. Go by and see Benny Joe Parker. Call him today and thank him for his support of the Bruce Trojans here tonight. Jackson Implement Company, located in Pontotoc. Your ball game, Bruce 19, Booneville nothing. Bruce is going to win it here tonight, and boy, did the defense do the job. And it has just been Bruce. It's been their year. They have dominated Booneville here tonight, and we are excited about the win. So Bruce gets to the North Half championship game. Should be against the Calhoun City Wildcats. If so, words can't express what type of excitement will be in the atmosphere the night of that game. But we're excited. The Trojans getting to the North Half championship.
You're exactly right, Bill, and I think that's one thing that has kept the Trojans focused throughout this game tonight. That's knowing who they would meet next week and having a pretty good idea that Calhoun City would defeat Nettleton. And, of course, we don't have the final score of that game, but at halftime it was 14-0. So we know probably that Bruce will be playing Calhoun City, and that's going to be a very, very exciting game next week. And we'd like to mention a sponsor in tonight's game is Calhoun Apparel in Calhoun City. Mr. Bobby Steele and his staff at Calhoun Apparel in Calhoun City have been serving Calhoun County, and we appreciate the association that we at TV7 have had with Mr. Steele and Calhoun Apparel, and they are wishing the Trojans the best throughout the playoffs. And Weeks Big Star and Bruce, can't find a more faithful fan than Weeks Big Star and Bruce to follow the Bruce Trojans, and they're wishing them the best in the playoffs as they continue and have advanced to next week's playoffs. Weeks Big Star has a deli bakery. They rent movies. They're your one-stop. Buy your groceries, enjoy the bakery department, and rent your movie, and you'll enjoy all the staff at Weeks Big Star. Kelwood Outlet is another sponsor of Kelwood Outlet. Let me tell you, if you haven't been by to see the winter selections at Kelwood Outlet, you've missed it, because they have some of the best buys around. It's what it says. It's an outlet store, and they have great merchandise at fantastic savings.
We're going to go down on the field now and try to catch some post-game interviews, and we'll be back with more on your local Sports Connection, TV7, TV 34.
Please close the window.
Game, it was tied at the first, but y'all opened it up and you had a great game running once again. You excited about the win?
Yeah.
How do you think you look forward to playing Calhoun City if they won?
Yeah.
Well, what do you look to do there? Same thing you did before?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Did you feel good about your game tonight?
No. I ain't do it as good as I thought I was going to do tonight.
Are you going to get back into it next Friday? Try to have a big night?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what would be your strategy to have a big run, big game next Friday? Just work hard?
I'll do practice.
Okay. Marcus Thomas, we appreciate it. Thank you for talking with us. Biggest, you stepped up and made a great big play. Tell us, how did you feel about catching that pass?
Well, I just thought when I caught it, try to get in the end zone. That's all I thought about. So I thought about it and I did it.
Yeah. You proud about your effort tonight and what you did?
I'm happy with it.
Happy with it? You looking forward to playing next Friday?
Very.
Very much so, especially for Calhoun City?
Yeah, especially.
Amiga Spearman, thank you for talking with us.
All right.
You had a big game, you had some big plays. What do you think about your effort tonight?
Yeah, all I can think about is just hustling, do what I had to do. Hopefully I'm proud of us. So it worked pretty well.
Do you look forward to your game Friday night? Looks like it'll be Calhoun City.
Yes, sir. I'm looking real forward to it. We're going to get prepared for next week and hopefully go out and win. Win up 13.
You got a great game, Gary. We appreciate it. You did a great job. We look forward to Friday night.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're talking with Andy Scoggin. Andy, you had a great game tonight, a very good game. What do you think about your performance?
Well, Coach Logan said we need to go out and play hard on defense, and we went over everything they did in practice. They didn't do anything different, so we just tried to go out and play hard like we usually do.
Are you proud of your effort here tonight? You had some big defensive plays.
I've been needing a pretty good game. I had a bad one last week, so I've been needing a pretty good one.
You look forward if it's Calhoun City?
Oh, yes, very definitely.
Doesn't matter where the game is?
It don't matter to me, just as long as it's Calhoun City.
Well, we congratulate you, Andy. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Donnie Logan and Donnie, your defense has done it all year long, and they had a good game here tonight against Booneville. Very good Booneville team.
Well, if we hadn't had the game we had on defense tonight, we might not have come away with this one, Bill. But
you know, we had the guys ready. Booneville did just what we thought they would do, and you know, they rose to the occasion. And even when the offense was struggling a little bit, they were able to get some points on the board. So that's, you know, that gave us a big lift right there.
You guys have done it well all year, and you've had some real good games out of some guys tonight. I know they look forward to Friday night, especially. You know, it looks like it may be Calhoun City.
Well, we're going to just get ready for them like we did before, you know, and we got to take it one game at a time just like we have all year, and we got to go back over there, and you know, it'll be a good ball game.
That's great. Well, you did a great job, and we look forward to next weekend.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Donnie. You're Phil Ferguson, and Phil, people still wonder, can you lose a ball game? So far, that answer is no, but Bruce played well here tonight against a good Booneville team.
Well, you know, these kids, you know, I can't say anything, you know, but they play so hard. They played hard. They played great defense. Offensively, not real flashy, but they get the job done. They don't turn the football over with. Kicking game, you know, was exceptional tonight. Freddie did a great job keeping them pinned deep, and you know, did a good job of kicking off. You know, just a total team effort.
You had some guys tonight, Casey Clark, Andy Scoggins, Gary Moore, had some big games, and I know you got to be proud of some of these guys that really stepped up tonight.
Well, you know, like we told them at halftime, it's going to take a total team effort to go back out there and do what we want to do. And you know, each week we've had a different hero, you know, and it's just and they play their tails off, and that's how they win football games.
Did you ever think you'd come in tonight and beat Booneville and shut them out?
Well, you know, that was our goal. You know, we planned on coming and winning, and we planned on our defense shutting them out and winning the football game. They've got a great football team. I mean, they play hard. The quarterback, Pittman, he's a gamer. I mean, he just plays. He comes to play, and he makes great decisions. And, you know, we fortunately kept him contained. And, you know, he had an ankle injury. He really couldn't be 100%, but, you know, it was a great football game.
It looks like, as of now, you'll face Calhoun City, guess what, for the north half. And who better else to play? But I know you're going to have to get back up again for the Calhoun City Wildcats, it looks like, at this point.
Well, you know, when you play Calhoun City, whether you're playing for the north half or you're both 0-9 playing the last game of the year, it's going to be an exciting football game. They've got a great squad. They're well coached, and, you know, they do a lot of things that presents you some problems. We're going to enjoy this one. We're going to savor it over the weekend, and we're going to start work on them Sunday afternoon.
Should it be Calhoun City, we'll be at the Boneyard. Is that right?
Right. We will play there. You know, it's already. I think they said the score was 20-0, and it's close to over, or maybe probably is over by now.
Anything that happened tonight, that one big thing that stands out you might want to cut out before that game?
Well, we turned the ball over once. You know, when we had trouble coming off the football early. It may have been the field conditions. You know, the field was soggy, and but. You know, we had a couple of big plays. Once again, played great defense and a big play or two, and that was the difference in the football game.
We look forward to next Friday, Coach Ferguson. We appreciate it, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Clark, he's our player of the game. Congratulations, Casey. You had a great game, had some good interceptions. You got to be proud of your performance.
I appreciate it. I did. Everybody else around me did a great job, and I just reaped the benefits of everybody else doing their job. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
So you definitely give it a team effort. Everybody does their part.
Oh yeah, it was a great team effort. You seen the defense, we played great tonight. We just ran to the ball real well. Offense came through when they had to, and luckily we just won the game. We didn't turn the ball over.
Looks like it'll be the Wildcats of Calhoun City at this point. Is there going to be a problem getting up for that game?
I know it's never a problem getting up for Calhoun City, but it'll be tough because, you know, they got a real good ball team, and we just going to have to play real well to beat them again. And, you know, I think it'll be a real good ball game. They're going to be tough. We're going to have to work real hard to get ready for them.
That sounds good. I know you'd like to have another good performance next Friday.
Hopefully so. Hopefully everybody will.
Okay, Casey, we appreciate it. Congratulations. We look forward to it.
Thank you.